Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nessa and I'm an indie author and I publish under the pen name A Sage. I write mostly fantasy in the YA genre, and on this channel, if you are visiting for the first time, you should know that I share weekly videos about writing, the craft of writing, tips and tricks, tools that I've learned about along the way, tools that I use. I also share a lot about my planning system and kind of how I plan my day. But on top of that, I am also a book cover designer and I currently run an Etsy shop for digital planners. And so I do quite a bit in the creative field that doesn't necessarily fall under the writing umbrella. So there are going to be a lot of videos on the creative aspect of my life as well. So if you are returning, I hope that that's something that you can get on board with and something that you would enjoy seeing, because I think that when you are a writer, or an author, or you do anything that's literally, you really are a creative. And with that comes the concept that you might be creative in other ways too, or you might want to try to be. So hopefully, if you are returning, that you will enjoy these new types of videos that I'm hoping to make now and in the future. And if you are new, I hope you consider subscribing and joining us in this community, because we are growing and I can't even believe how fast we're growing. I'm so proud of how this channel is turning out, and I'm so excited to talk to all of you, to meet all of you, just kind of chat with everyone and get to know everyone as we move along here and as I make more videos. So with the introduction kind of said and done with, I want to share with you what exactly we're talking about in this video. I've actually had somebody, one of the subscribers, one of our little community members here, ask me about distribution of ARCs, distribution of reader magnets and things like that, and just how one could distribute books that are not necessarily on a retail or selling platform. And so I figured I would talk about what I use to distribute my books, and I use Bookfunnel. So Bookfunnel is like an app, I guess you could say, or like it's a subscription based like online tool that you can use, and it helps you distribute your books. But there's also a whole bunch of other different things that it does that is very, very useful for authors. And so I figured that I would share kind of how I use this tool and what you can do with it, and why I think it's so worth it for authors to get it and to kind of sign up. It is a monthly fee. So I can understand if you're just signing up, like if you're just like starting out, you might not want to sign up for something that you pay monthly, but I believe there's different tiers on it, so you don't have to start at just the top tier. So we can take a look and see what it is. If there aren't tiers, because I have signed up I've been using this for years, so I can't quite remember exactly what the pricing is right now at this moment, since I'm locked into like a different plan already. But if there aren't tiers, then I do know that the monthly fee is nothing crazy. It's not like getting the Adobe Suite where you're paying like a bunch of money every month. So it is a reasonable amount to sign up monthly. But I do think that it's completely worth it, especially if you're going to be distributing ARCs, and if you're going to be distributing reader magnets. And I think it's also an incredible tool to use to actually build your newsletters. So I will be making a video on newsletters, author newsletters and just creative newsletters later in kind of the future. But for now, I think this is a good time to talk about like what I use as a big part of my newsletter building tool, and that's Bookfunnel. So I think I'm going to do a screen share because it might make it a little easier if you just actually see just the platform and how it works and the actual like layout of it and how to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the screen around, get you on my computer so we can take a look at Bookfunnel and what it's all about. So this is Bookfunnel. This is my Bookfunnel dashboard. If you'll notice, just like a quick little preface right now, I have not used this in a while, just in the last couple of months, obviously, because I have been on mat leave. So I'm still just getting back into using this more and more often. But that's actually a good thing because it's almost like looking at it right now in a clear slate. So when you open up your Bookfunnel dashboard after you sign up, this is what you will see. On this top section here, you will have your account. So you have your account settings. When you click on that, it will literally tell you just like what you have, what you're paying for, and things like that. If you're going back to your dashboard here, again, there's a help section here that you can take a look at, and you can actually like send them like a message and somebody will respond to you as soon as possible. You have your calendar if you want to take a look at that as you're planning it, which is very, very useful because as you're planning your different promotions on this, which we'll get to in a second, it's nice to have that calendar view so you can actually see what's going on. So your home dashboard will have like recent activity and then the section for all your downloads that you have. But the important part here is your books section. So you can add new books. You can export the data and then you can add like a short audio and stuff. I use this for the most part where I will put my books. So let's say we're looking at Coven of Deception. And this is my reader giveaway. So this is my reader magnet, and I use this as a free giveaway for anybody who signs up for my newsletter. Now, you can actually get this book on all the different white platforms for free as well, but a lot of people don't want to bother with that, and they just kind of want to get it emailed to them. So this is the book that I use to give it out for free. So the way it works is you would upload a cover of your book, you would kind of write a bit about the book, and then you would upload your files that you are going to give away. And this creates your book on Bookfunnel for you. And there's a few things you can do with this book now. So you can either do you can do different landing pages. And the way that, what that means is, let's say that we are going to add a landing page right now. So we want to add a landing page, and it'll ask you if you want to create an email sign up page to collect new readers, a simple download page without email collection, a sales landing page, or a restricted landing page for current subscribers. So there's different ways that you can share this book that you've uploaded and created in Bookfunnel with different people. Now, I normally have anywhere between these two. So I usually toggle between something without email collection. This is for ARCs and reader magnets. And then I have an email sign up page. And this is when I build my newsletter with different books that I give away for free. So if we're creating a simple download page without an email collection, for example, because we're doing that for our reader magnet. If I go back to my landing pages here, let me just show you. I'm not going to create one now because there's no point creating it over again. But let's take a look at my books, Coven of Deception. And these are some of my website newsletters. So I am creating like a website newsletter sign up here. So it will look like this. If we look at a preview of a landing page, this is what it looks like. So once you create your landing page and you put in all your information, we'll go through the information right now in a second, but it would look like this. You would have your book cover here, you would have your text here, like a little tagline, a little bit about the book, and then get my book. And when somebody clicks get my book, they put in their first name and their email address, which is how you get their email address, unless you're already getting it on your website, in which case you would create this without this email collection part. All it will do is it will send them to a link that will have the book for free. And let me show you what that will look like. But since we're here, they'll just ask you to put in your email address. You would put this down. You double opt-in, very important. Bookfunnel uses double opt-in that says that I understand that I'm signing up for this email newsletter and I'm free to unsubscribe at any time. And then you click send my book, and this person will get the book delivered to that email address. Now, if you have something where you don't want to collect the emails for, so I have all of my here, so no email collection, and this is my reviewer or ARC copy. So if you click on this, that's what it would look like. This is the link that I would give people. So Bookfunnel creates this link for you. There's a short link option as well. You can set an expiration date, and you can set a download limit. So you can say that only 20 books are available to download, so people can't share the link and over download. Then your stats will be here for like the book and stuff, of how many there are for when. And then your landing page, which we've set up, is going to look like this. So right now I have it set up this way. You can change some of these colors. It's slightly customizable, so you can choose like this would be blue. I chose blue to match the cover, and then I did like a gray here. So there's different ways to customize it, but you would get this. And over here you get my book. So when somebody clicks get my book and this, it's not working for me right now because I already clicked it before. But essentially, once you click get my book, they'll just get like the book literally just delivered to them straight on their device. So I have like some of my books that I give out and I work with over here. A lot of it is Shadowhurst because I'm in the middle of it now. And so I'm giving away ARCs right, left, and center for anybody who signs up. And I'm giving them all the old books to read as well. And then it's categorized by ebooks, audiobooks, and short audio. So you can upload any of these as well. Then you have a section for your landing pages. And again, these are some of them. There's 14 entries, so there's more. But you can also switch them out by email sign-up pages, download page, sales pages, etc. Certified mail is not something that I use too often. Obviously, I only use it just for ARCs. So what certified mail means is it's for your ARC campaigns. So when you have your books, you can actually, like if you go into a book and let's say we're going into Covenant of Deception again, under this action tab here, you can create an ARC campaign. And so to create that ARC campaign, you would name your campaign. You could send it in the future. So schedule it when you need it to go, the books to send, and then you enter all your email addresses. Over here, obviously everything's customizable. It's all coded. So you just put in like what you want it to say, who it's coming from. Then again, you're getting this preview landing page, what it looks like and what they'll see on their end. You can send a reminder email halfway through that campaign and a follow-up email for when readers can review. So the reason that I really like using this for reader magnet distribution and for ARC distribution is because it's all protected. So it like doesn't completely eliminate, because if people want to pirate, they're going to pirate, but it does really help with pirating. A lot of my books have been ending up on pirate sites, and it's very frustrating. And so to eliminate that as much as I can, I use Bookfunnel. So everything is protected. It's very difficult to kind of copy something because you're not sending out PDFs. And on top of that, when you have ARCs that you're sending out, so let's say you have some like ARCs that these are some of the review copies that I sent for the things the river hides. You can actually track the people who have viewed the email, the people who have downloaded the email. So when you're cleaning out your list, like I'm going to go through these, and these people who are not either getting my email or don't care to open it, they just delete it right away, I'll probably remove them from my ARC list, right? And so you want to go through this every time. This is a great way to clean your list as well, by doing these campaigns, because like ARC reviews are difficult to keep track of, but this gives you like an extra level of protection for yourself, and just to see like who's actually viewing it, who's downloading it, and then you can track it against the reviews if that's what you want to do. I just kind of want to see who's interested or not interested anymore, and I'll process the list that way. And then you can always resend. So let's say for these people, I might just resend everything right over here, or I would have done that to see if maybe that gets people to open, and if it does, then they stay on the list, and if they still aren't there, then they're off the list. You can gift books as well. So you can send a book to somebody as a gift, which is a really cute little thing. I have not used this yet, but I think this is really nice to do. So you can actually gift books to people. Let's say if you're working with bookstagrammers or book talkers or anything like that, you can send them a book this way, which is just like a nicer way to send it. Now, they do have author swaps here, so you can find different authors to do swaps with. And now we get more into, I'm saving this group promos for right after. But now we're getting more into the newsletter building. So you can find swaps for authors, and you would basically petition them and talk to them if they want to exchange mentions and things like that. So this is how you would find swaps. This is a pretty simple way to do it. You would just show the date on when you're willing to do the swap. You can pick your audience if it's KU or wide. You can see if they're swapping for sales or newsletter signups. And then if they have an audio or an ebook, and then you would go through this. You can also select the genre to filter. So let's say you only wanted to swap with somebody who is doing middle grade children's books. It will filter through, and it will filter all of these. And then you can also filter an extra one, which would be like another subgenre. So let's say you want children's books and early readers chapter books. So these are all the people looking to swap in those particular genres up until June 3rd, which was the date that was here. So that's really cool. To find author swaps, newsletter swaps that way. Now to build your list, and this is a great way to build your list, is you're going to click on group promos, and let's say I am in sci-fi and fantasy, so I'm going to expand that. I usually filter by type, and I scroll down to newsletter over here, and then what I do is I go through and I will click on some of these. So let's say I want to be part of this group promotion of Worlds of Fantasy. What this means is that other authors, there's a whole bunch of authors giving their books away for free, and people have to sign up for their newsletter in order to get that book for free. And the way that you would participate in this promo is that you would get this, once you join it, you get a specific link for you, and you have to share that in your own newsletter and on your social media. And so all these authors who are participating in this promo right now are going to be sharing this particular promo with their newsletters and with their social media. So it gets a lot of people involved, and a lot of people are going to give you their email addresses to get your book for free. So basically it's like a big giveaway. So these are all different giveaways. So like in sci-fi and fantasy, there's like a whole bunch on the newsletter giveaways that you could have. There's Amazon promo. So that's people who are just selling on Amazon and want to do a promo for sales pages. And then there's just general sales pages. It could be wide, doesn't have to be Amazon. So when you are creating these landing pages, the sales pages here, if you have, so I had one for a sales page where I had like a sale that I was going, and I joined sales page promos for all these different people with that sales landing page. So you create the different landing page. So you would have one landing page for newsletter, for email collection. And then when you do a sales group promo, you would go through this, and you would do a sales landing page in order to go ahead and join these promos. And then everybody shares, and then you can track. I don't have any promos right now, but these are my old ones. And you can track and see exactly how many people you brought in, how many people other brought in, and how many people downloaded your books. And every time people download your books through this, you get their email address. So it's like a really good way to build your newsletter. You would get a regular email from Bookfunnel when you have new readers to export, and then you just export a CSV of all the emails. There's also different sales. So like you can actually sell your book through Bookfunnel. I don't do this, but if you don't have a website, for example, you can sell them here. Or if you do have a website, you can actually deliver the book through Bookfunnel. So instead of actually using your website's e-commerce, you can just have a link that gets people to come to Bookfunnel and download the book, and that's how they buy it. And then you can create print codes, which I don't really use at all. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure what this would mean. I have never used print codes before. But essentially you would have your settings here, which is like your pen names, your domains, your integrations, and the different themes. So yeah, that is Bookfunnel in a nutshell. It's an amazing tool. It's like absolutely so great to actually distribute your reader magnets. So if you're looking to figure out how you can get a reader magnet and get a newsletter started and build that newsletter, I would really recommend looking at Bookfunnel. and seeing if that's something that you might want to get into, because it's a great way to distribute your books in a safe way that prevents pirating, more or less. For the most part, it does. And it's just like a more professional way of distributing your ebooks, so you don't have to email them to people or send a Dropbox links or like a Google Drive link or anything like that. So hopefully that helped you figure out what Bookfunnel is all about. And right now, I'm just going to chat with you really quickly about it, and we can say our goodbyes. So that was Bookfunnel in a nutshell. It was a quick overview, I know, but I think we kind of covered everything that you can do with it. Like I said, I think it's just an amazing tool. I'm so happy that I took the chance on using it like a long time ago. And I've just been like amazed with how much I not just use it, but how much I use it in different ways every single time. As you saw, I use it for my entire art distribution and also for anything that has to do with my newsletter. So it is very useful. It's very quick and it's also very, very quick to kind of switch the links out when you need to. It's all very secure. So it's everything that I've already said before when we were talking and kind of looking at the actual platform. But I think that when it comes to author tools, it's one of the top ones I usually recommend, just because it is so wide in what you can do with it. And it is so, for me, it has been so important in the growth of my list, but also in the growth of my readership and just in providing my readers with just a better experience when it comes to the deliverables of free books. So if you are looking to distribute any kind of reader magnet when it comes to books, ebooks, I would definitely consider subscribing to Bookfunnel. This video not sponsored anyway by them, shape, or form. I just think that it's just such a great platform, and I really do recommend it to everybody that asked me about just the one tool, the one main tool I would recommend. This is one of them. I have a few, but this is one of the top 5. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think of Bookfunnel, if you've used it before, if you are using now, how you feel about it. So definitely let me know in the comments what you thought of it. And if you have any other questions, or if there's a video that you want me to do on a specific topic, then make sure you drop a comment on this video. I take all of those recommendations down. I write them down. I have like a little notebook where I keep everything, and I go through it every single month when I record videos to kind of pull from it, so I can answer questions that you guys have in more detail than just kind of like answering a comment. So if you have a question that you need answered, definitely ask it below. And if it's something that I can do a full video, a walkthrough or something like this about, then I will go ahead and do that. So thank you for sticking around for this entire thing so far. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I hope you stay magical, and I will see you again here next week. Bye.